It's Ron
It's Ron
Brown
Brown
with
with
Tech for
Tech for
Senior
Senior
Live.
Live.
I'll be
I'll
your
be your
host
host
today.
today.
Please put in the chat where you're from and who you are. When we start reviewing the news articles, if you want to look at our Facebook page, just click here and you can follow the articles along as we go. See you in a moment. Had to figure out what button to push there. Tech for Senior Live. Welcome, everyone. It is the 7th of April, 9 o'clock in the morning, and welcome to Tech for Senior Live. We hope it's going to be a fun hour. It's going to be fun time this next hour. Excuse me, it's going to be fun time this next hour. We will. We're going to, we've been having, this is almost a year now that we've been doing the show, which is pretty cool. The gang here is usually from our Monday show, which of course is Tech for Senior. We're in season 3 with that. And we have that every Monday. So if you haven't seen the show on Monday, please come. We have also a podcast. This will be podcast out the following day. This is, of course, being zoomed out. Sorry, this is being run on StreamYard, and it's going out to YouTube and Facebook. Our Monday show is usually our Monday show is Zoom. It's a Zoom meeting. So if you're over on the Zoom channel and you're Zooming, you're in the wrong spot. We'll be there on Monday. So come on over here. You can by going to www.tech4senior. You can indeed find the link to this show. I'm going to introduce everybody now, and I'm going to introduce all our the gang here today. Now we when I introduce everybody, I've introduced people from east to west, west to east, high to low, low to high. So today I've decided what we're going to do is we're going to introduce people by population, by the most dense to the least dense population. All right. And I thought, so I've been busy looking up everybody's geographics so that I get it right. Okay. Now, there is no doubt my partner and co-host from the Monday show, Huey Popluck, who's sort of a famous guy, is in the most populated areas. I think everybody would agree with that. He's from, I guess, Sarasota, right, Huey?
I mean, I'm actually in Bradenton.
Bradenton, yeah. So, but you got to, I would imagine your population several million, or
I don't know what Bradenton is. I've never looked it up. Now you got me wondering. I thought you looked it up, so I was going to.
Well, I just knew I knew you would be the most populated, eh?
Yeah, but we're still considered the Tampa Bay area.
Okay,
and we're about a 45-minute drive from Tampa.
Right. I guess if people are listening to this and they've never listened to this show before, you have to understand that we're not sitting in a studio. We're all across. We're even in different countries. We're all around the world, so to speak. And so we are just connected because of the digital stuff that we do. And so we are not all sitting in a studio. It might look like we're sitting in a studio, but we're not, right? Huey's in Florida on the other side of the country from me. So that's why we're introducing everybody based on where we are. So, and of course, Huey, sorry, go ahead, Huey.
You're not in this country.
I know, I'm not. I'm not.
We weren't letting him in for a while. He can come
Yeah,
back now.
you're right.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't let me in for a while, so we're gonna come
Now
back.
that he's allowed to come back in, he decided to stay where he was.
Yeah.
Figure that one out.
I know. So Huey is Huey. What can you tell us about yourself other than you're a great guy, very smart fella, and we do a monthly show called Learning Chromebooks, right?
We do. And then this Sunday is the Windows Special Interest Group for
yeah.
WinSIG for the Central Florida Computer Society. And I've been busy trying to put that together.
Right.
And then, of course, get ready for next Monday. But on top of that, yesterday, I made the big move. I switched from AT&T to T-Mobile, and I am now the proud owner and user of a Samsung S22 Ultra.
Oh, really?
Yes,
You're going to tell us
sir.
more about that later on, I suppose.
I am learning about it. I've been watching videos and showing what settings to set first when you first get it. But yeah, I do want to talk about the experience of getting it and making it work.
We'll do that. Well, you've been holding out on us.
No, that was a decision I made yesterday morning.
All right. Oh, okay. All right. Now, so for those of you, so the second most populous area, and I could have cheated on this, but you know, I'm a very honest person. I come up as number 2 because now I live, of course, as you know, in Canada, and I live on the West Coast on a little island called Vancouver Island. And if you want to get here, you have to take an hour-and-a-half ferry across. And if you are sailing this way and you miss Vancouver Island, you'll end up in Hawaii. And if you miss Hawaii, you'll, of course, end up in Japan. So you are So anyway, and after you get off the ferry, you have to drive an hour and a half up the island to get to the little area I live in. And I live in a town called Comox, but it's part of a sort of a tri-city, Comox, Courtenay, Cumberland. And if you take sort of all those cities and add them up in the regional area, it's 80,000 people. But I thought that's probably cheating, right? So I thought we'll just take Comox, and Comox is around, I think, 6,000 or 8,000 people, and that beats Meadow Lake and Pine. I can tell you that right now.
Meadow Lake is 6,000.
That's right. Well, I think we got you beat on that. So anyway, so I'm going to introduce myself. I'm again a co-host with Huey on our Monday show, and producer of the show and also this show. So I'm do all the backroom stuff. And did you like the intro? I did the new intro. What do you guys think of the new intro?
Echo on that part.
We had an echo intro.
Yep.
It echoed?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
badly. Yep.
pretty badly, but it cleared up as soon as we went live with this show.
Yeah, as soon as you stopped talking, the echo stopped. But when you did the talking, there was a bad echo.
Oh, really?
And you'll see it in the comments.
Oh, I wonder if because it's feeding back to my mic.
Yep. That's what it
That
was
sounds
doing.
like
I should have had my mic off then for that. That's right. I got feedback. So, but other than that, I'll leave the mic off. It should work. Okay.
Other than that, it was great.
Okay.
Mute yourself like all of us mute ourselves. It works.
Okay. All right. Well, I thought the countdown timer, and then the did you like the little whirling news thing and all that?
Yeah. Breaking news.
I had a lot of fun doing that. All right. Now the next part, was, of course, Bob's from Los Lunas, but not really Los Lunas. He's from Meadow Lake. So I had to look up Meadow Lake, New Mexico to find out what the population was. And then, of course, Ray is in Pine, Arizona, and I had to look up Pine. Well, anyway, Bob's third. So Bob definitely at Meadow Lake beats out Pine for population. So Bob Gossicious certainly is a very famous guy as well. He talks all over the world on security stuff. He does his security update every week on our show on Monday. He has a big website, writes lots of articles on Windows 10, Windows 11. He's a very prolific producer. How's that? Prolific producer of videos. And so Bob's pretty knowledgeable guy to be on the show today to talk about technology. So welcome, Bob.
Thanks. And just for that, I only posted one item.
Well, I was busy today. I posted a lot of items.
I know.
And then, of course, the fellow who lives in the smallest place, Pine, Arizona. And I think I looked it up today. And I think you're only 1,600 people, right?
Oh, well, we usually say 2,000, but that might be on the weekends. No, I love to tell the story that here I am, born and raised in New York City, lived there for the first third of my life. And then I moved to the Los Angeles area, lived in Huntington Beach in Orange County, but worked in either downtown LA or Century City. So most days I had an hour and 40-minute commute one way. I think back to those days and say, how did I ever do it? So now I've done complete turnabout, and I live in Pine, Arizona, population about 2,000. I live on a dirt road on a dead-end street, and most days I see more deer and elk than I do people. And you know, I love it.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Now, Ray, of course, is the president of APCUG, Association of Personal Computer User Group. I got it. See, I got it. I practice that every morning. So APCUG, right? And so I got it. So he is the president, and also he is not a musician, but he is an expert on collecting music. And he has done a lot of work with groups who want to start music, I guess, home music. What would we call the music?
Well, I call it a music listening club.
Music listening club. That's right. That music.
We get together using Zoom, and everybody has a chance to play one or two songs. And we don't just play music, but we also add commentary and give some historical information. That's the minutia that I love.
Okay. Good. And so, and of course, Ray is our music director on our Monday show and has a big following. And he has a great music selection each week and talks about it. So, Ray's a great guy, very knowledgeable, and welcome to the show. We missed you last week.
Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment.
Those doctors, you know,
you
got to get them on page here. They're not watching Tech for Senior
the problem is I made this appointment more than a year ago.
Oh, really?
And if I would have canceled it, I would have been waiting another 6 or 8 months. So I'm sorry, but that had to take a little precedence.
Exactly. Okay, so Huey, have we got anyone listening? Have we got some comments?
Yeah, let's take a look and see what we got here.
Let's look at some comments. Stan says, good morning from Orlando, 80 degrees. Why thunder rain likely to...
Yeah, fingers on the wrong keys.
Yeah, he's got... They're going to have rain today.
Jolin says, greetings and good afternoon from the low country of South Carolina, Hilton Head Island. Jolin is a true techie. She works for the computer club there, and they have a big following. She's all day, she's fixing computers. She's really very knowledgeable person. Thank you so much, Jolin. Greetings, Sally from Kirkland. Greetings from my Chromebook. Testing connection from different devices. There you go. Excellent. Ivana Stewart says good. Dick Vogel, hi from rainy Central Florida. Steve, hi from Kirkland, Washington, 48 degrees. And Linda Hoffman, hello, Arizona. Yeah, they're going to be hot. High today will be 94 degrees. Yikes. That's
supposed to be close to 90 here. Rain. And when I checked the humidity, it was 85%.
Wow.
That's the difference between us and Arizona.
We're a little drier.
Ray, you're going to be cooler up. So how high are you going to get? How hot are you going to get today?
Right now it's 59 outside. And so it'd probably be 70 today. This is the best time of the year up here.
Yeah, see, Pine, people might not know, but Pine is just north of Phoenix, right? So
halfway between Phoenix and Flagstaff. The difference is we're a mountain community. We're at 5,500 feet elevation. So it's always about 20 degrees cooler than whatever it is in Phoenix.
Exactly. Huey, Dick says, Huey, can you play the piano that appears in the background?
This is the only background that was in StreamYard. And so I used it. I've got a green screen set up. You might see some tinge of green in my hair. I have not dyed my hair green. It's from the green screen.
Vanna says, good morning, 63 degrees in Argyle, Texas. I heard the echo also. I closed out and went back into the program. It was gone. No, that's my fault. I must have feedback because I was talking and it was coming back through my microphone. So I'll have to mute. Stan says Braden approximately 59,000. 59,000 people. But you still get the most. You're still.
And I did look. Sarasota is also about 56 to 59,000, and we're in the Tampa Bay area, so that's 3.5 million. So
you definitely, by population, you definitely get it. Bob from Bellevue, Washington, 54 degrees, heading for a low of 70. Clark Walker, hello from Trenton, New Jersey, 45 degrees, heavy rain. A lot of rain coming down, eh? Lots of people getting rain.
And I hope, Clark, I hope you're doing well. I know you had some physical things done to you by a doctor this week, and I hope everything came out right. Obviously, you're here, so you made it on the right side of it anyway. And good to have you online.
John says, thanks for the shout out, Ron. I'm also watching from my Chromebook. Yes, hosting a Let's Talk Chromebooks for our club members this afternoon. Enjoying the new Zoom PWA for the Chromebook. Yes, thanks, John, for reminding me. If you are listening and you're not using the Zoom PWA, that is how you should be connecting your Chromebook for sure. Is that it?
That's all the comments so far.
That's all the comments.
So let me tell you my little story.
Okay, you go right ahead.
Yesterday, well, over the weekend, or earlier in the weekend and over the weekend, I started pulling drawers apart trying to find my camera and couldn't find it. And so I started looking at cameras, and I really want that DJI camera, but for $500, I said, I'm not going to spend $500 for a camera. The cameras in most phones are really good. And that one that's in the Samsung S22 Ultra, there's 5 cameras in it. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want one. But I said, why spend $500 on a camera when the phone has as good or better cameras, especially the S22 Ultra with 5 cameras in it and all kinds of things. So I said, okay, I'm going to go. If AT&T can't help me, I'm going to T-Mobile, which is like in the same shopping center parking lot. So I went to AT&T, and it would have been $50 more a month than what I'm paying now, including an $800 rebate or trade-in on my phone. So I went to T-Mobile. They gave me $400 for my phone, but the whole thing is going to be including the phone, including the payments for the phone. I'm going to be about $20 or $30 less than I'm paying now. So I bit the bullet and said, okay, let's do it. The biggest thing was, and I do encourage you to go to a store and buy it as opposed to having it sent to you. While we were doing all the paperwork, he ran some software on the new phone. And because I had a Samsung, he ran the same software on the old phone, put a wire to him, and then within 20 minutes, everything was on the new phone, ready to run. I had to put in a couple of passwords, but even when I got home, it recognized the Wi-Fi and it was working at home fine. So it was just unbelievable. He made it work so nice, and so I spent some time last night watching YouTube videos on some settings you should set when you first get it. And so I encourage you too, if you get a new phone, go look at videos. They tell you an awful lot about some of the things that you will never find any other way that your phone will do. And they'll tell you how to set up things to be the best way for that particular phone.
Good advice.
All right. That's good. All right. Now to follow along with that, I show a few gadgets that you might want, but I do have some gadgets that you might want to go with your phone. So I'm going to show you a little video now, but I want to show you with the DJI Pocket 2 that I have, the camera that I just showed you that Huey was talking about, there's a little device, and this is a remote microphone. Okay. And this connects to the to the camera, because if you're going to do vlogging and you're going to do sort of interviews with people, and you might want to start doing that with your phone, Huey, is that you need a microphone for the other person to talk. And if you're outside, it's always difficult if you're recording from your camera. So
before you go away from that topic, I want to make some comments, but go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Okay. Can I show the video and you'll see what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead. And then I do want to talk, because I just read an article.
Well, this is brand new. I just saw this morning, and this is just coming out. And this is, I want you to watch this and tell me what you think.
This is DJI Mic, DJI's first wireless audio system for creators looking to record crystal clear audio on the go. DJI Mic comes with 2 transmitters, each with built-in microphones. Both transmitters support omnidirectional audio and built-in storage, making them ideal for multi-person interviews and small studio operations. Its one receiver has a built-in touchscreen display that gives you easy access to channel selection, input-output settings, and other essential operations. Its charging case is a perfect home for DJI Mic. With it, you'll receive a total of 15 hours of battery life. Both the transmitters and the receiver will automatically pair as soon as you open the case, meaning you'll be ready to record exceptional audio in seconds. DJI Mic is ultra portable, and you can conveniently attach a transmitter to whatever you're wearing via the integrated back clip or by using the clip magnets, making recording hands-free video very easy. Weighing around 30 grams, wearing this transmitter is comfortable and seamless. The optimized wireless transmission system ensures a stable stream of audio even in areas as train stations, shopping malls, and offices. Using DJI's latest encryption technology, DJI Mic is capable of recording crisp audio at distances up to 250 meters. DJI Mic is vastly compatible with a wide range of devices. The receiver has USB-C, Lightning, and a 3.5mm TRS ports, making it perfect for mainstream smartphones, cameras, laptops, as well as DJI products like DJI Ronin 4D, DJI Pocket 2, and DJI Action 2.
That is about $329, I think, is what I saw as a price.
Yep. That's the price. I just looked at it.
Yeah. Well,
Mike?
you know, it is if you are interviewing people. I don't really do that very much, but what I want to do is when I put my camera down and photograph myself, and I'm walking away or I'm talking and the camera's behind me or something, you need something where your microphone is right in front of you. And the little one I had, this was about $80 for my Pocket 2. I didn't spend a huge amount of money for that with this little device, but it sure makes a big difference. And when you're creating some of the videos.
If I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to probably have to buy one to find out, I think this is going to be perfect for user groups.
Yes,
for their live meetings.
Yes, that's a good idea.
And then connect to the computer. They'll have 2 microphones, one for the speaker, one for the whoever is kind of running the meeting, and it'll be totally portable, easily to handle, and not a lot of storage required.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm that phone just got $320 more expensive, I'm afraid.
Couple that with DJI by itself, and you have a perfect camera and the audio mic to go with it.
Yeah, well, it was a DJI that I didn't buy, and the reason I bought the phone. So
yeah, but it works with the phone. It'll work with the phone.
Yeah, it should work fine with the phone too.
It works with all the devices. So I just saw that this morning. I just put that up there this morning. It's just come out. So you heard it. Jolin says, "Ooh, I want one and don't even need one. I do have a DJI gyro." Yeah. Yes, Huey, it would work for meetings very nicely. I have to see if we can get a budget at HHICC. I guess that's the computer club.
Hilton Head.
Okay, and I would like to show this. I mentioned about Clark. He spent Monday in the cath lab, came away with 2 stents. He's feeling good. So good to have you on here and get through it and get well quickly, Clark.
Yes.
From all of us here at Tech for Senior.
Absolutely. All right, I got something else for you. This is we'll do one more and then
spend some more money for us. Come on.
This is a must. You have to get one of these. This is, you want to save the planet, you want to reduce carbon, all the good things. This, you got to have this. And it's computer, it's technology. Watch this.
Time to set some green accents on your desktop, on your monitor to be precise. This is a desktop monitor vine planner. It adds not only a beautiful aesthetic, but also living greenery to your workspace. Since it has a transparent design, maintaining your plant will be a piece of cake. You know exactly when to water the soil with the included watering syringe. Anything's wrong? Make a photo and get a detailed prescription on how to take care of your green friend. A full-spectrum LED grow light gives your vine the light it needs. Additionally, it measures 1.4 inches in diameter. This provides just enough greenery without taking up too much space. You'll notice so much growth, and you can even put your hands in the holes to feel your beautiful plant with your fingers.
Oh, I can't wait to get one of those.
I thought you guys would like that one. I thought I thought
No green thumb here.
Yeah, me neither. I bought a couple of plastic plants and they died. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I thought you guys have to have that, All right, I got one more for you. This is, you might find this interesting. One more for you, and then we'll get on to some work. We'll do some reviews here. Just hold on a sec. This is cute.
This projector will help you transform any place into a moving galaxy full of stars. It instantly projects millions of drifting stars against a transforming blue nebula cloud. Simple button controls make it easy to cycle through light effects, adjust brightness, or start or stop the motion. Unlike other similar products, this device uses direct laser diodes to project bold and vivid colors that can't be matched by knockoffs. All you need is to just plug a 5-foot AC adapter cord into an outlet and enjoy.
There you go.
Now, I've seen something like that for Christmas lights shining on a house during the Christmas season, which is so much better than being on a ladder and stringing them from one end to the other.
Yeah.
65 years ago, I would probably have been very interested.
I saw stuff like that 65 years ago, and I didn't have one of those.
Well, I thought those were interesting. So. All right, so that's good. All right, before we get into the reviewing so what we're going to do now is we're going to go over some articles of the week. We have some cool, I'm going to say we have some really cool articles. There's some super interesting stuff we're going to talk about today, and some earth-shattering stuff. Like literally, you're going to want to stick around. So if you we're going to look at our Facebook page, and as I said in the intro, if you go over to our Facebook page, you'll be able to see the articles as we scroll through them, but we'll put them up on screen as well. Let me just share my page here. Let me see if we share this, and we'll share the screen, and we will share this. Let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger for you.
I think Ron froze again.
Oh, yes.
Yep. I can hear some of him in the background, but very.
Ron, can you hear us?
Because you are frozen.
Okay. No, it's not.
Ron, you need to go out and come back.
Sing it.
All right, he's moved.
Now you're.
Yeah. No.
You're gone. He's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, he's okay. He'll come back.
Okay, let's see if I can figure out how he does that. How does he? I don't know. I've never done it. I guess he's got to come in. He comes in as another person, I guess.
We need to have a backup plan.
Yes, we have to.
With Ron, with the high speed that he has, you would think that it would not be an issue.
Okay, let me share my screen and share screen and go to my Facebook.
Your screen isn't being shared yet.
Screen isn't being shared.
It isn't?
No.
Oh, I got to click something else here. That's why.
There we go.
Yep. Now I got to go back to the screen and go to Tech for Senior. Boy, it does slow things down.
Yep. That's one of the problems with
Yep.
StreamYard.
We show all kinds of technology here.
Yep.
Even ones that don't work so well.
We do this to make it so everyone online can see that we have the same issues you have.
Misery loves company.
Okay, Plex. That's what you use,
Ray
right?
may know something about Plex.
I actually posted this one. There is two new features that came out. These are both in beta. They only came out yesterday, and I did not test them yet personally myself, but I intend to. But basically, most of us have more than one streaming service. I, as an example, have Prime, Amazon Prime, Hulu, and Netflix. So with this new feature, Plex will let you know what movies and other kinds of videos are on these services. And then there's also a search ability now, where if you type in the name of a movie you want to see, they'll come back and let you know what service is showing it. So Plex is, to me, I've been using it now for about the last 4 months with my own library. But now Plex is expanding where they have their own streaming service, as well as all these other features that don't necessarily mean you have to use it for your own library. You can use it as a streaming service. I think it's great.
I might have to try that.
Does Plex charge, or do they have a free service at all, or is it all charge?
No, it's a free. Almost everything you can do with Plex is free. The only time you can get a Plex Pass like I have, and what that gives me the ability to, I plan to allow my family members to see all the home videos that I've taken over the years. And instead of me sending them DVDs or flash drives, I'm going to have them on my Plex server, and they'll be able to sign in and watch them. So that's probably the main reason you might want a Plex Pass. Other than that, everything else is free.
Okay, guys, I can't see any of the StreamYard, so I can't see any of the comments, and I can't see if Ron comes back in.
Ron is back. Ron is back now.
I'm back in.
Okay, well, I'll switch it over to you as soon as I talk about the one I posted this morning. This is a video, but the article talks about more Starlink users outside of Ukraine are reporting mobile roaming is working for them. This is pretty big news for the average user in an RV or going camping, etc. Obviously, as Starlink does not know where you'll end up using it, they only guarantee the signal quality at your registered service address, wherever that may be. Wink, wink. Portability or moving to some other static position is in active testing, but mobile roaming, moving whilst in use, can work. But the current equipment is not actually designed for that yet. But this video, he's actually demonstrating. He flattened out the dish, put some magnets on it, tied it to his roof, and he's roaming at 80 miles an hour, showing you that it worked. He's downloading at 200 and something megabits per second. When he goes under an underpass, it has a blip, so it does cut it out a little bit when you go underneath a bridge or something. But it's working, and so it's certainly going to be more possible. And I'll be anxious to see if Chris and Jim Gould try this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'll move it back and let Ron take care of it, because I can't see what's going on while I'm doing that.
All right. Now, can you see me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can see your screen, yes.
Okay, good. All right. I don't know what's going on there. Nothing's changed. We've done this show for a year, never. So I apologize to everybody, but I knew
probably every time the ferry goes across the water there, it does some interference.
Bob, this is yours. It's
yes, Red. It's Red Magic is a phone designed for gamers. So if you play lots of games, usually if you don't have a phone that's designed for it, they heat up to a point where you can't hold them. This one has a fan inside to make sure that it actually stays cool. It's a big phone. And if you're a gamer, this is something you may want to look at.
Pretty cool.
And it wasn't that bad. You know, most phones now you're looking at $1,000. This was under 600.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And you can use it as a phone too, right?
It's definitely a phone. Correct.
Oh,
Does
how
anybody
novel
follow
is that?
Pretty good camera too.
Yeah, we keep forgetting these things can also be used as telephones.
Yeah.
Does anyone make a phone call? I wanted to. I put this article up this morning. CTV, which is one of our major news network or major channels in Canada, is now available on Roku. And why is that important? Well, first of all, Roku's been adding a lot of channels lately. So if you have a Roku device and haven't looked on the Roku channel, be sure and do that. For those people who are, of course, in Mesa, Arizona, for Canadians spending time down there, I suspect it's probably geographically limited on how you can access it, even if you have a Roku in Mesa. But if you used a VPN, you might be able to put it up and use your access in a Canada site, and then it would, of course, you'd have all your Canadian television. You'd be able to see it in wherever you are. So I just wanted to let you know that was an interesting. If you have a Roku device and you haven't looked at the Roku channel, you should do that. This was an article that came out this morning, and I wanted to just talk a little bit about internet access. I know we talk a lot about Starlink, but let me first say this was Bell, which is a company, of course, a communication company in Canada. In Toronto now, for your home, you can get Huey a 3 gigabit service. Huey and I have 1 gigabit service, but this is a 3 gigabit service, and you can get that. And it's not, I mean, Huey and I don't know what do you pay? I pay about $80-$90 a month for my 1 gigabit.
Yeah, mine just jumped up. Mine's I think 80 now for a gigabit.
Yeah. See, and I pay $90 per month or over that for 40 megabit service.
Yeah. Well, and that's sort of what I wanted to point out to everybody is that as my physics goes, as I go back and look at this, I believe that the sort of maximum fiber optic is 3 to 5 gigabit service would be the maximum that we're going to be looking at here. But 5G is just starting at this, right? So all as I'm saying is that if you this is a rapidly changing field, and if you do have internet service in your area, I keep telling everyone, go recheck it, look around, because things are changing so fast. You undoubtedly will get a better deal, and Starlink is not going to be the solution for everybody. 5G will be. No, not at all. It's going to be expensive, and it will never be that fast. It will certainly be fast enough for people who definitely need help. But my heavens, now you're able to get in Toronto area 3 gigabit service at home. I mean, you and I have 1 gigabit service, and so I mean it's pretty cool. So all as I'm saying is it's a rapidly changing field. So please look around because there's lots of great deals. Hey, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I just saw an ad from, I think it was Spectrum, for 2 gigabit service here. I guess anywhere in the States, you have to put in your address and it'll tell you whether it's going to be available in your area.
In case Comcast is listening, we're about to have a cell tower erected from Verizon, and it's a 5G cell tower. So unless Comcast would like me to say goodbye after many, many years, they better start doing something, because 5G for me is right around the corner.
There you go. Ray, what in Pine, like what do you use? What's your?
We really have just two choices, either cable or the old-fashioned DSL. I have the cable with a company called Suddenlink, and right now I'm getting 100 megabytes down and only 8 megabytes up, and that's where it hurts a little bit.
Right.
So, but again, the more competition that comes in, the more. Now, T-Mobile has started. This used to be Verizon territory completely, but now T-Mobile is making a big push. And a good friend of mine has just gotten T-Mobile for the home for service. So I've been communicating with him, trying to just see what are the real speeds. You
Right.
can say, yeah, it's 5G, but I want to know in megabytes per second, or gigabytes per second, as you're saying, what that speed is.
Okay, good. Keep us posted. Keep us posted. This is just another article on that DJI. I think that's going to be a popular device. Oh, this was Bob, are you going to talk about this later? This is an article from Engadget. It didn't come up, but Google pulled a whole bunch of, this was published. Yeah, Google pulls Android apps that have harvested data for millions of users. Yeah. There's a whole...
Ron, for about a decade, I've been telling people, when you install any app, the first thing you have to do is to check and see what permissions you grant for that app. And if the permissions they ask for are greater than what the app needs to perform its task, it's the wrong app. Find another one.
Right.
Find one that only asks for the permission it needs in order to perform its task. Anything else that they ask for, they're stealing your information. But I've been preaching that for over a decade.
Okay. So it's not in this article, but there's one from Tom's Guide later on, and it lists about 10 apps that just currently were pulled. And
it's all over the news this morning.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when it makes the news, it's because it's actually been doing some harm. And again, it's because people don't bother. Oh, I like that app. Install it. I want permission to this, that, and the other thing. I don't care. I want the app.
Right.
And then when their information disappears or gets shared, then, gee, what happened?
This is now I just the only reason I put this article up today was that it was a camera shootout between OnePlus 10, which is of course a popular camera or phone, and versus the Google 6 Pro. I put this up. The reviewer came out with Bobby said Pixel 6 Pro beat them. But I just, if you're interested, there are a lot of other, and of course Huey, I'm sure, will be telling us all about his new Samsung phone. So there's lots of competition out there. Look around. You may find something that Bob's got his Pro there.
No, this is a OnePlus One.
Oh, OnePlus One. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, it's no longer in use. Still has an excellent camera.
Yeah. So I just put that up there. This was just announced today that Google is going to build a trans-Pacific cable from Canada to Asia. And they have a number of these around the world, but this is going to be a trans-Pacific cable that's going to connect internet from Canada or the West Coast over to Asia. And I thought, that's sort of cool, they're going to run a cable on the ocean floor all across the Pacific. That's amazing, Anyway, they just announced that.
Probably going to put it on the ferry that misses Vancouver Island.
I hope so. Yes. Now this was an interesting article. Let me just see if I can bring this out. Right. Now this is one of the earth-shattering articles that this is from Europe. Deal on Digital Markets Act. So European Union just passed on Thursday during a close 8-hour-long trilogue, three-way talks between Parliament, Council, and Commission. EU lawmakers agreed that the largest messaging services such as WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or iMessenger will have to open up and interoperate with smaller messaging platforms. This just was announced, and this is going to have profound effect on, of course, Facebook, Apple, and the big guys. And this was just passed on Thursday evening, which I guess would be today. So you'll see lots about this in the news. And that is so we're going to start to see some big changes on the interconnection between these apps.
Will that mean that you won't have the censorship anymore that's been now going on between the big guys?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, this just was passed yesterday, so I'm thinking that there's going to be some big fallout of this, and I'm not sure. I don't use a lot of those apps, but I just thought this is big news, and we'll see what the big guns say. Obviously, Facebook will not be happy. Apple's not going to be happy. So anyway, just thought I'd let you know about that one. Oh, here's Tom's guide. This is this listed the 10 apps that was there, and the apps were what were the apps here? This, if you look at the article down here, you'll see these are the apps.
I did a video on this thing just a short while ago.
Did you? Yeah.
Yep.
We don't need to go over the apps, but they're there if you want to look at them and so on and so forth.
Are most of them games, Bob?
Correct. And gamers want games. Don't care what dangers they get into. If it's a well-written game, somebody's going to want to play it at any cost.
Ray, what's this about?
Well, Hertz. Now, the last time I had heard the name Hertz Rental Car was probably back last year when they went into bankruptcy, and or actually it was even before that. And they came out of bankruptcy last year. So as soon as they came out, they bought 100,000 Tesla electric vehicles. And now they've purchased another 65,000 from a Volvo subsidiary called Polestar. Now, as a business person, I used to travel a lot and rent a car. And I'm wondering today, if I had an electric car in my garage overnight as an individual, that's fine. It's charged up, ready to go. But what do you do if you're on a business trip and you're going to be away for 3 or 4 days? How do you charge your car? Now, some big hotels are actually offering now charging stations on the hotel property, but the great majority don't. So I'm anxious to see how this is going to really work in the business world for business travelers.
Yeah, and the more they put out on the road, especially for business people, and they go to a hotel, there's going to be a lot of demand for that electricity as well. And they're not going to have enough spots for you to plug in, so you're going to be fighting for those spots.
The last time that I was in Arizona, the hotel I stayed at, and that was now 2.5, 3 years ago, there was only one electric charging station, and it was out of order.
Bob, yeah. Can you change your camera over a bit? Can you just move it over? You're sort of off the.
We don't see you.
We don't see you. A little bit more. Can you move over a little bit more?
Yeah, I can move my camera itself.
Yeah, just move your camera over here. Center yourself up there. There you go. There you go.
That's the nice thing about having that little remote.
Oh, you got yeah. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
My remote are the wheels on my chair.
Well, that's what got me out of being in center, because I'm also on a chair and it moves. When I get excited, the chair moves.
Well, it's interesting. I'm certainly looking at, we're thinking about probably a new car in the next year, and certainly looking at electric options. So lots of interesting thoughts on that.
When I was traveling and I went up to New York and I rent a car because I have relatives up there, this would have been pretty much impossible. How do I travel from New Mexico to New York in an electric car? How many detours do I have to make so that I can stop and get the thing recharged? So until there are more charging stations, or until the battery part improves, distance becomes a problem.
For me, it has to be the ability to charge quickly, right? You fill up your tank, you can take 5 to 6 minutes. You want to charge your electric vehicle, you might be waiting an hour.
Yep.
I've not heard of it anywhere, but are any car manufacturers talking about putting the sun capturers on the roofs?
Solar,
Oh,
yes, yes. I have seen some articles. I don't know of anything specific, but certainly, Huey, that's being talked about, and I think that is the way to go.
Ray, Amazon Music, what's happening with it?
Well, if those of you who are Amazon Prime members know that your rates went up in February from $120 per year to $140. I mean, I remember when it was $70 a year. So the Music Unlimited, that's the program that Amazon offers, that now the number is 90 million songs. They've raised their rates, not a lot, $8 to $9 a month, but and this wasn't unexpected to me because Amazon changed and now streams what they call high resolution audio. And I knew that wasn't going to be free for long, that they would somehow raise their rates. Now, the good news to me is that Prime Music, that's the portion of music that comes with your normal Amazon subscription. But that's only 2 million songs, mere 2 million. That is still free when you're part of an Amazon subscription. So I'm continuing with that. And I actually dropped my unlimited membership yesterday. I found that it wasn't so much the fact that I'm paying an extra few more dollars, but I wasn't using it. And why pay for something you don't use? So I dropped that, and I'm just back to a regular Prime Music listener.
I think that's something we should all do, is we should reevaluate some of the services that we pay for each year and make sure that we're using them. Otherwise, if we're not using them, we shouldn't be paying for them, right?
Exactly right.
But Amazon is putting a distribution center right here in the city that I live in. So I will have 2-hour deliveries. So I think I'm going to stay with Prime for a while.
Are you getting in Meadow Lake? Are you
No,
getting
not Meadow Lake. It's going into the actual city that I live in.
Oh, okay.
Los Lunas.
Oh, Los Lunas.
Having a distribution center.
That'll be so cool. You can just order it, and within 2 hours you'll have a delivery. Yeah, wow. Ray, you got another article here on Starlink.
Yeah, and this is actually on Amazon's competition for Starlink. It's called Project Kuiper, Kuiper, and it's a network of low Earth orbit satellites, again, to provide high-speed internet anywhere in the world. $10 billion is how much Amazon has invested in this, and it definitely puts them in competition with Starlink. But the thought is, the world in so many areas needs more broadband, that there'll be enough business to go around for everyone. But
of the 3 companies that are out there that want to do low Earth orbit internet, this was mentioned as well, but this is the only one that hasn't put up any satellites yet at all. The other one was OneWeb, and they got a couple of hundred, I think, up, and OneWeb just contracted with Starlink or SpaceX because they were having a Russian company put up their satellites. So now they've changed, and they're going to make an agreement with SpaceX to put up their satellites. So that even though they're competitors of Starlink, SpaceX will be putting those up. And of course, this one, what they're saying is Jeff Bezos Blue Origin rockets signed a contract with Amazon to put up their satellites. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense, because Bezos, of course, was the founder and former CEO of Amazon. So obviously they're just working together.
I just love to watch billionaires competing. You got Bezos and Musk here. Go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Huey, have we got any other people that have dropped messages in? Should we do a message review?
Let's see here what we've got.
Irving says, my son received notice his Chromebook will stop being supported at the end of June. Is his Chromebook still adequately usable without support? The answer is yes, except you won't get the security updates, which is a problem.
One of my Chromebooks is also ending in the support's ending in June.
Yep, I have one also.
Yes. Dick says, Bob, you should re-aim your camera.
And he's not anymore.
Yeah, thanks. And he's done that. Yep, thank you. And that's it. So
That's
far,
it. Okay.
I guess we're enthralling them with our knowledge to such an extent they aren't typing anything this morning.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Bob. What's Windows 3.1?
30 years
Really?
since it was released. Yep.
Huh.
Yeah,
And I was there. I
you remember the
started
days
with
when
Windows. Yep. I started with Windows 3.0, and then this was the big update to 3.1.
Was
Then
it
there
Windows
3.1.
3.1 or was it one of the last DOSes? You had a whole pile of floppy disks and you had to keep pumping them in to do the install.
3.1 had the 3.5.
Yeah.
3, you needed 3.5 disks.
Okay. Yeah. And it was DOS before that. I think they had a stack of.
Yep. 7 of them.
All right.
Remember it well.
Indeed.
Would not have, but I would not like to go back. It was
No, I
cheap.
don't.
It was fun, and at the time it was revolutionary. But by now, today's standards, this is primitive.
We've gone through a lot of revolutionary things
Uh-huh.
in technology over the years, haven't we, Bob?
Yep. And since things progress so quickly, I can't even imagine what the next 50 years will bring.
Yeah. John, I know, used to go to some of the early APCUG conferences in Las Vegas at Comdex. Of course, Comdex has been long gone since the 90s. Ray, I don't know if you go back that far or not.
I don't.
But, I can remember sitting at a table at an Intel breakfast that they put on for APCUG people at our conference. And they put different employees at each table. And so the fellow that was at our table got up to get some food from the buffet. And I asked somebody next to me, who is that? And his name was Andy Grove. And if you're familiar with the origins of Intel, he was one of the people who put it together, who started Intel. And he was sitting at the table having breakfast. We were having discussions. In those days, they really schmoozed with the user group members and wanted us to really publicize their products and did a lot of things to help us as well as we helped them.
All right. The last article we're talking about actually is two. One is I just wanted to remind everybody that PayPal also has a credit card. This is an article on a new credit card that PayPal is bringing out. So people think about PayPal as being an online service, but they also have a credit card.
Have had it for a while.
Yeah,
but it's nice to see they're going to go up to 3%.
Yeah,
because I still get 2%. So
they remind me about every 3 days with an email that they have a credit card and I qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the big news that I have for Canadians. This is a Canadian news. I'm going to talk about this on Monday, but of course, Costco in Canada is switching to MasterCard from. They're going to MasterCard with a company called CIBC, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, CIBC MasterCard. And this is a big deal because they got about 14 million cards to switch, and they're just starting the changeover. They're actually in the process now. Why this is significant is because in the art, if you look down and scroll down, you'll see an article. I'm not going to go down and find it, but the article is describing the switchover and some of the problems they're having. But when you look at the benefits, one of the benefits of the new card is $1,000 insurance on any mobile device. So this means that any camera or any cell phone that you have, you would go like Huey's new fancy schmancy cell phone. There's $1,000 insurance on it, which people often pay $20 a month for, and this is included in your benefits from this new card. Never done before. So this is. I just wanted to let everyone know that this is an amazing feature that is going to be offered on this new card in Canada.
Let's hope that Sam's Club follows that lead.
Yeah. I thought, whoa, this is going to be pretty amazing.
We got about 1 minute. You want to go some of the last 3 comments?
Yeah, let's do the last 3 comments.
Okay.
Jolin, built a few systems with 3.1 and many 3. What's a 3.5 floppy? Over next year, image quantum computing. Yes, indeed. John says, yes, I have a PPCC and they just raised my limit. Nice to have as an option. PayPal. Oh, so she's got a PayPal credit card. Oh, okay. We'll talk to John about that. Yes, indeed.
I have one of those.
Do you?
Have had for a while.
You're going to get 3%. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be. That means I could buy more.
Yeah,
I can use that. I can use it as an excuse. Listen, hon, you're not going to give me 3%.
You got to use it to make it so it's valuable.
Well, with that Amazon store going in next to you, Bob, you're going to be spending a fair bit. You know, it's got to be coming.
It's just a distribution center.
It is. Hey, it's top of the hour. It's 10 o'clock. Another day has gone by. We have so much fun here. I want to thank everyone for coming and listening. We do appreciate it. I mean, if you weren't out there, well, I guess we'd still have coffee and have talk every Thursday. Eh? It's just fun having it. If people want to listen, fine. But we're sort of happy doing this. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. We will, of course, this will be out in a podcast tomorrow. We will have, this is, of course, recorded on our Tech for Senior YouTube channel. And we will see you, if you want to come by on Monday and watch the show. We had 100%. We had total sellout, not sellout because we don't charge, but it was completely full with Chris and Jim Gould last week. Hey, wasn't that crazy?
Standing room only.
Standing room only. That was just
and you had a good overflow on YouTube.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was crazy, amazing.
And you know what? If people don't have anything to do, we have 105 or 106 hours of previous programs sitting out there on YouTube, plus a lot of other things that all of us have put together. So,
and if you run out of all of those, you can go to my channel. I have another.
Yeah.
I don't know how many hours over there.
Videos, and APCUG does, and Ron does, and I do.
You don't ever have to leave us.
You don't have to play solitaire anymore
for the rest of your lives.
All right, you guys, let's knock it off.
That's enough.
It's that time.